Hello, I'm George Chau. This is Todd O'Leary. We started Philia Physio in June of 2025, and we started with Spry as our first EMR system. To give you a little background on our clinic, though, we inherited a physical therapy clinic from a pain management physician. Todd here has been in this office since 2021. I came on in 2024, and then in 2025, we got clinically married into physical therapy practice together, and we needed a platform to do our EMR and also our billing, and Spry was the lucky suitor, or maybe we were the lucky suitor that found Spry.
As a small team of two starting a PT clinic, we really needed to make sure our EMR and billing system was geared towards taking as much off of front end of things for us so we could be with clients more often. And this is where we feel like Spry shines the most. One of the best features that day-to-day works well for us is the Slack channel. This is something George and I have open on our laptops throughout the day. If something comes up, it's a simple text message to the billing team for them to resubmit billing or answer any questions. And to be honest, we've been able to, we're about 1 year in right now, and we've been doing this with just part-time admin, which is, we didn't really think was possible, but with Spry's unique setup, it's been working very well.
And to add to that, we were very impressed with the UX and the UI, the user experience that we have with Spry. Just the functionality is very easy to use, so that jumped out initially. But the Slack channel allows us for constant communication whenever an issue arises through billing or something with scheduling. They are just a Slack message away, and the response time is very quick, and that is something that very much is invaluable, is the ability that we can have someone on the other end hearing the issues that we have, and then knowing that somebody on the other end is working on the issue for us. In my past experience, a lot of the times the manager has to do the problem solving of the technical issues. But with Spry, they handle the technical issues for you.
It feels like we have a whole team working off-site, to be honest, and it allows us as a team of two to feel like we can get a lot more done. An example of one of the ways Spry really shines is, for example, if George and I are with patients, we get a check in the mail that's just like an incorrect reimbursement rate. This is sort of like no PT or business owner wants to see this. We're able to just send a picture, send it right to Spry. This needs to be rebuilt. We need to figure out what went wrong here. And we get a message back within a minute saying the team is on. That I think just happens to us multiple times a week, where we're able to just offload a problem onto the team at Spry for us to sort of maintain our face-to-face work with our patients.
The integrated billing into the EMR software is wonderful. I know that a lot of EMR systems have that, but what separates Spry from others is knowing that they're going to respond with an issue right away. We know that via the Slack channel, when we have an error in reimbursement through an EOB, which happens actually probably a dozen times a day, more than week, we can quickly just send the message off and someone's working on it on the Spry end, versus in my past, I would have to email a team that would not be integrated in our EMR system. It would be an independent team, and maybe one or two people are working in that office, and I wouldn't get a response via email for another 48 hours at least. Whereas now I'm getting a response in 4.8 minutes, So with using Spry, the theme of of using it, and the benefit, the major benefit, is that it allows us to focus on what we're good at and what can bring in more patients and help our clinic grow. Knowing that the billing is taken care of, the administrative headache of tracking when we need to reeval a Medicare patient is taken care of. It allows for us to focus on the important things, and one of the most important things is marketing. So for me, it has allowed me to leave the clinic knowing that Todd is here. He can quickly field any type of administrative task because Spry is so spry in its maneuverability on their user experience, that I feel comfortable with having Todd kind of manning the ship while I go out and market to different physicians close by.
Another benefit of the Spry system is uploading the patient's insurance card directly into Spry. You click a button for eligibility and you're getting immediately a preliminary check. So we're able to get that information to a potential client much faster than having to sign onto a portal. And I think everyone who has any experience in this field knows exactly what I'm referring to with the insurance thing. So I think having Spry work that into their tech so seamlessly has been very helpful.
So in real time, we're able to do a preliminary verification while on the phone with the patient. So we can tell them if we can see them and then get them on the schedule and then worry about everything later on. So that really locks in patients as soon as we get the first call with them so that they're locked in the books. One of the biggest highlights of Spry is the integration of the agentic AI. The fact that when evaluating patients, we can, with the click of a button, literally, and with patient consent, we're able to capture in the initial evaluation all of the pertinent information for the patient. And also the agentic AI sifts out all the fluff discussed in the eval, which is incredible. Because of that, at times, I'm able to complete the evaluation during the time of the evaluation. By the time that the patient finishes their the home exercises that are demonstrated to them and out the door, maybe 3 out of 5 times an eval can be completed. Not to say that it happens all the time. However, the time spent in writing evaluation is legitimately a fraction of what it used to be for me. With the AI integration of the Spry software, it has allowed for us to have better face-to-face time with the patient versus being down on a clipboard and writing information, or even on the laptop typing, because we know that the AI software or AI scribe is capturing what is being said. It's bringing back the person-to-person aspect of evaluating people, not even evaluating patients or people, but talking to them, having a real face-to-face conversation without just typing away on the computer or writing it down. Patients definitely feel listened to, feel heard, because we're providing the proper body language in hearing and actively listening to our patients.
I would say it's invaluable just as clinicians trying to maintain our own, sense of,
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance, that we are not 2 therapists writing notes well into the evening anymore. There's no amount of, there's no price on that. That's just a fantastic feature of Spry.
Yeah, I used to spend multiple hours on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, writing notes. This is in my previous job before we had Spry. Just, I don't even know how many hours. Very much dreaded it. But since having Spry, I hardly ever touch the laptop on the weekend now.
One unique thing about our clinic might be somewhat unique is our payer mix. We're a little bit of a mix of personal insurance and work comp and motor vehicle accidents. So having the ability to ask Spry kind of naively, hey, is there any chance we could change some of these notes or, add this feature and we get a response back, hey, we'll talk to the team, we'll work on it. And it's just incredible to have the coders sort of the system you're using available to you for real-time changes. We've had probably multiple things we've had adjusted on the SOAP notes to fit our sort of unique, clinic.
One other unique thing is how proactive the billing team is for our clinic. We feel that they advocate for our success. We even have a customer success representative that is assigned to our clinic. And this gentleman and the head of our billing team have a scheduled bi-weekly call with us to ensure all the billing needs and questions are taken care of. This really speaks towards Spry as not as just an EMR or billing team, but a partner and advocate for your clinic, for our clinic.
Shout out to Amit and Sakshi.
Yes.
If other PT clinics are curious about Spry, especially a small team, we would not hesitate to recommend Spry as the EMR to go with. We've been constantly surprised by the user ability and just a lot of the integration between the billing and the EMR. So we don't hesitate if, we know a lot of people in the field. We've definitely talked Spry up quite a bit, and we don't hesitate to recommend them for a new clinic.
Spry certainly has saved us so much time in order to focus on things we need to do as clinicians or as family people outside of work. I can't speak enough how much really time that it has saved us. That is more the gross answer. I think in terms of the specific answer of Spry, jump into the interface, just how the ease of how to write a note, how to schedule a patient, how an office manager can log in and check the different stats of the week is just so easy. And that really speaks volumes towards why I would strongly recommend going with Spry.
The note writing itself and the AI feature allow us as clinicians to just be so much more engaged away from the laptop, away from the note with the patient. We're able to almost increase the variability of what we're doing in the clinic. We've been getting a little more creative, doing more boxing drills with older patients for balance. And I just feel like I'm thinking less about the notes because I feel like I don't have to spend as much time on notes. Incredibly valuable for any clinician.
To add to that, Todd, by having Spry on your team, it allows for us to not be in front of the screens and laptops so much. So even last week, it allowed, an example of things is that it allowed for Todd and I to talk about the business itself and make high-level decision-making, not in front of the screen. We were able to even go outside in the parking lot and discuss our clinic over throwing the football around. That just speaks towards how much it makes us not need to use the computer as much.
We now take lunches again with Spry on our side. We have time to actually finish notes in a timely enough manner where we're feeding ourselves appropriately throughout the day. I think there's some clinicians out there that are going to be a little jealous hearing that. You could feed yourself too. Cut down on your note time.
That is
Right.
that is very underrated, is that a lot of clinicians don't get a time to eat their lunch or dinner. Or they are eating dinner in that they're there so late, you know? Todd and I are able to take our lunches and sometimes take them together. And a lot of ideas flow during lunchtime is when you can unwind, break bread with each other. And this is something that by using Spry has allowed us time to do.
Yeah, that's definitely like a secondary effect that we didn't anticipate, but we're feeling.